2-week break following the season opener in Italy, the Yamaha R3 bLU cRU European Cup moved on to Leicestershire venue Donington Park, supporting the UK round of the 2021 Superbike World Championship. Martin Repak was the series leader leaving Misano, but his slender advantage was already under threat before the lights even went out in Great Britain. Despite qualifying on the front row for a second consecutive round, the Slovakian never made it as far as the grid, sliding out at the old hairpin during reconnaissance for race 1. Changeable British weather characterised the race, testing the inexperienced youngsters right from the word go. Pole sitter Fenton Seabright, a podium finisher in the inaugural race, this time only managed to clear turn 1 before demonstrating the inherent perils of the damp conditions. For 24-rider field, only 15 finished. With the number 12, Humberto Maia, making a 2.5-second break on the opening lap alone, the early entertainment was in the race for second, with 76 Julian Giral testing the limits, but finishing each of the opening 3 laps third. Number 10, Gregory Carbonell, and 2, Iker Garcia Abella, taking turns in second. Eventually, Carbonell slipped back. Garcia Abella instead tested by Juan Antonio Canessa, and the rest seemingly engaged in a scrap for 4th and 5th. As the sun began to emerge, riders' confidence grew. That wasn't always for the best. After working his way up impressively from 23rd to 5th, Galip Sartishi fell spectacularly on lap 4. Canessa eventually broke clear of fellow countryman Garcia Abella and started to hunt down race leader Maia. The gap that had stood at over 5 seconds was whittled down to just 2 with 3 laps to go. But Maia denied the race a last lap finale by joining the Craner Club, the Brazilian gifting Canessa top spot. From 8th to 3rd in the final third, with the fastest lap of the race, Eduardo Colombi completed the lead trio. Garcia Abella, the only one of 5 top 3 finishers from Italy to have made the podium for a second time. Not one of the 3 riders on the front row of the grid had even finished at the first time of asking, but race 2 offered them an immediate opportunity to respond. This time, fine weather conditions greeted the riders. The pace was over 10 seconds per lap faster than it had been earlier in the day. And we return to a more conventional pack race as a result, with never more than 2 seconds covering the lead sextet. Among that lead group was Fenton Seabright, the pole sitter this time safely negotiating Redgate, a clean start throughout. The number 76 of Julian Giral, 6th in race 1, led 6 of the 11 laps in the afternoon, keen to press his case for a first podium of the season. But riders oscillated through an early breakaway pack of 9 before it later thinned. Giacomo Mora was the first victim, the Italian's run of consecutive scoring finishes coming to an end after a lap 3 fall at Goddard's, although he did manage to remount and finish the race a lap down. Mora's fall from 7th fractured the pack, the top 6 now separated by 0.8 of a second, with Humberto Maia and Ioannis Konstantinos Peristeras the best part of a second behind. Maia ultimately did well just to salvage 8th position and his first points of the season after serving a double long lap penalty for a jump start. With 3 laps to go, the front runners started to push on. Giral, Seabright and Repak had spent the majority of the race exchanging the top 3 places, but now all looked as though they wanted to control the race from the front. Maxim Repak got the first part right with a bold outside pass into the Craner curves, but then hit the deck heavily from the lead at the old hairpin. Scoreless weekend in Donington Park leaves the early season leader 5th in the standings. Giral was again the leader heading into the final lap. Fenton Seabright had enough in reserve for a late charge from 4th, picking off both Peristeras and Garcia Abella in one move for seconds, and then forcing his way through on the inside of the final turn to snatch the win. Garcia Abella held on for 3rd, with Peristeras the man to miss out on the podium places. A quartet of different winners in the opening 4 races of the season, and no less than 8 different podium finishers. Only 5 riders have scored in every race thus far, and only one has claimed 3 podiums. Iker Garcia Abella leads by 18 points, a third of the way through the series. Fenton Sebright's win moving him up to second. Racing resumes at the Cathedral of Speed, the TT Circuit Assen, in just under 3 weeks' time.